So how do we have time for a guy with 3 jobs?
He's in prison. That's how.
Oh.
I knew him when he was free. And so now that he's grown up a little bit while being in prison, I'm back attracted to him. I used to be attracted to him. He's fine, Ashley. He's so fine. But
so you want to be with him because he's fine. That's it, Ariana.
I want to be. Can you hear me this time?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm great. I just started a new job.
Ariana, I'm like, it's always the Wi-Fi. What's going on, Ariana? The Wi-Fi don't want us to be great. Ever.
It's hating on me every time, Miss Ashley, every time.
It's nice to see you.
It's great seeing you.
All right.
I've been talking to this dude for...
Hold on. Before the dude, I just heard, hold on. Do you consent to be on a live and potentially all platforms?
Yes, ma'am.
You just got a new job. That's what you also said.
Yeah, another new job. So now I have 3.
Oh, wow. 3 jobs. So how do we...
jobs.
But, okay, you're working, you're moving and shaking. And that's good because that's going to help you grow because you are, I remember, 21, right?
21. I'll be 22 this year.
So good. You're filling up your
cruise.
Okay. All right. Good.
So that weight loss advice, I've lost 7.5 pounds.
Oh, congrats.
Since the last time we talked. Thank you. I went and seen my nutritionist finally. Mm-hmm. So I'm on a calorie deficit. So since being on the calorie deficit and seeing my nutritionist, I've lost 7.5 pounds. Getting ready for my cruise in the summer to Ensenada, Mexico.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, so how do we, and you're about to tell me about a guy. So how do we have time for a guy with 3 jobs?
He's in prison. That's how.
Oh, the plot thickens.
Prison bae. So she's talking to a dude in prison. Is that even considered talking?
Pen paling? You pen paling?
Right. I would consider that to be a pen pal.
Done.
How are you in a relationship with a dude that's in prison?
For real.
Just be a pen pal, I guess, if that's what you want to do.
And you wasn't in a relationship with him before he went to prison.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that from the clip, the beginning clip, he is fawn, but he in prison, sis.
She also said, I was attracted to him, then I wasn't. Now I am again. Because he's in prison? Y'all are sick.
I think she's going to get into that a little bit later. We'll see why. Because I agree, that's some sick behavior. Can you not find a man that is free at 21? That's walking around a free man? And what did he do to go to prison?
Yeah, I've been talking to him for a year and 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
So it's getting a little more serious. He proposed to me over the phone. I told him to wait until he got out because he gets out this October. So,
Ariane, why can't we find someone in the free world? Why can't we do that?
I don't go anywhere.
Okay,
I don't go anywhere.
You're 21. You have your whole life ahead of you. And I do understand that women operate different than men, right? Sometimes a woman, and this goes before, please, ladies, please stop, ladies. Women can fall in love with conversation, a consistent conversation. Someone telling you they love you, they're giving you attention, they're pouring into you, they're listening to your hopes and dreams. I do understand that. But to be so young, I think the world is your oyster. If you decide to level up, get yourself together, work on your physical and mental health, I think.
Nah, y'all see her face? She thinking about that YN that's in prison. Mm-hmm. She reminiscing.
October, huh? Counting down the days. She more excited about get his release than he is.
He has sent some D pictures through that track phone he got.
1 hour a month. Sending D pics. Emailed you some D pics.
He emailed them. I'm done.
Insane. Yeah. Look, man.
This is wild. She said
For
that
real.
she got 3 jobs. If you stop working all them jobs, maybe you have time to go out and meet a regular dude that is free.
Right. He proposed to you. And nobody spit that game like the brothers behind that wall. And oh boy. Had this young sister in the tizzy. She's waiting.
It's all over her face. She is ready.
Jesus.
And Ashley saying like he's a good conversationalist. He has good conversation. So he got plenty of time to have good conversation.
What else?
He in prison.
Man. Y'all be falling for it. Y'all be asking for it. When he get out, we know how this is. We ain't even gonna spoil the. Y'all know what happens at the end of these tales.
Right.
You know how this works. You can
get on his feet
and leave your ass where you was. You can be heartbroken. I thought I knew him.
Right. And then she's gonna be on Kendra G's show or back on Ashley. But all you have to do is watch what is it? Love After Lockup? Love During Lockup? All them reality shows about the prison bays. That's gonna tell you what happened.
Yep.
I think you can find someone, Ariane. Ariane don't want to hear it. She don't want to hear it.
I don't doubt that I can. Honestly, I would well have rather found someone like through church, because I'm super heavy in my religion. I go to Bible study every week, Wednesday. I do children's church. I do a lot within my church, but there's not the guys that are at my church. I've seen them all. I've been seeing them all. I grew up with them, so they're not really.
But Ariane, he's in prison. That's the polar opposite. That is the polar opposite.
I don't finance him or anything, so it's easier for me to like deal with him. Like I don't send him any money. He has like a job. So he works in the fire camp department. So he makes enough money to support himself. I make enough money to support myself. I knew him when he was free, and so now that he's grown up a little bit while being in prison, I'm back attracted to him. I used to be attracted to him. He's fine, Ashley. He's so fine. But
so you want to be with him because he's fine. That's it, Ariane.
I want to be.
Again, I'm being light. Chat. Hold on. Let me say this to the chat. I'm being light on Ariane because she's 21. Ariane is 21 years old. She doesn't have a 30-year-old mind. Although I think she is mature, I think you've been through a lot in your life. I'm going to say that. I think you've been through a lot of like traumatic situations. So I think that has made you a little bit more mature. So I'm going to give you that. I think you know better, but I do understand that you're still operating as a 21-year-old. With that said, looks are not enough, because if you get pregnant and you decide to have a baby, whether you're married or not, do you know if he can go out? Not saying guys who come out of prison can't reform their life, can't change their life around, but what will that look like for your children? Hypothetically, you decide to have a baby with him.
Yeah, I get that, and
she not listening to Ashley. They ain't listen to nothing she said about what it look like if you have a baby with him. She about to dismiss that whole conversation. Yeah. But let's go back for a second. So this brother in Watch Fire Country, it's a new TV show out. It's about 3 seasons in, where they got the prisoners work at the fire camp. So bro in Watch Fire Country and think he a firefighter.
Told her. She probably ain't see the show. Now,
right, and she need to see the show.
Oh God! Somebody tell her.
Somebody please tell her.
I'm taking you for a ride, sister. Come on.
He probably make license plates.
And I mean, like you said, what did he do to get in there? You in church and doing all this, like Ashley said, like that's outside of your realm. You like bad boys. When he matured in jail, now I'm attracted to him. Y'all got some sick fetishes, and when you get caught up, you have nobody to blame but yourself.
And you got to think about, she says that she's in the church and she teach the children's church. Yeah, we got to think about who we got around our children.
Hello.
I'm not saying she a bad person, but look who she talking to.
Yeah.
Man, what you got to teach your little children, and you dealing with prison dude?
Outrageous.
This is who teaching our children. Lord have mercy.
I was that's why in the beginning I wasn't really into him like that, but then I learned more about how my parents met and how my dad's journey was. And so I kind of got a different mindset on like leaving jail and how you could do differently afterwards. Like my dad was in jail right before meeting my mom. And she was college driven, had multiple jobs, very independent. She moved out to the city that they met in by herself. And so like it just kind of gave me a different perspective of like men who already have kids, men who have been in jail or prison or otherwise. Like I looked at his cases and stuff, and it was nothing against women. So I was like, okay, you're not like your target for doing not so good things is not innocent women, innocent children. It's like you and a dude who both signed up for what you guys got going on. And
oh, so he pulled a lick, or he was in some type of gang activity or something. That's what I'm getting.
Right. Nice catch.
So they ran up in a convenience store and said, "Give me all your money." Yeah, they pulled a juice move or something like that. Interesting. And then she said that her dad's journey. When she said that, I started to immediately think her daddy been in prison, and she revealed it. Daddy is a former inmate of whatever county, state
property he was. Yes, he was. He can empathize with the young man.
So dad has changed his life, and I guess, he's became a productive member of society and whatnot. So she saw that from her dad, and now she's believing in this dude.
Force it. Trying to force it.
Come on now. How about we wait till he get out of prison and then see can he be productive?
Right, on the up and up. See what he want to do. Like he might
with
not
him in prison. Right. He might want to go pull another lick. He might want to be a car thief. Shout out to Kennard.
Sure.
He probably want to steal an ATM. I know Kennard gonna say that. I want to know what he did, but it don't matter. And then the way she trying to like convince herself, like it wasn't against innocent women, it wasn't against innocent children. All children are innocent. Just saying. She just trying to convince herself that it wasn't these type of crimes. He just ran up in a bank. He just told him, "Give me all your money." That's all. This is what she got to tell herself to sleep at night. Okay.
So
yeah, but I think a part of growing up and looking at your parents' past, whether it's good or bad, right? It's
super good. They've been married for my whole life. They got married before I was born. They're best friends. They hang out every day. My dad has.
I'm not attacking your parents.
No. I understand.
At all. Yes. But I'm sure they want you to do better than they did. That's what I'm assuming. Right. Even if dad thinks that's a great man, I'm sure he's like, you know what? Let's break the generational curse. I want you to get the guy who's in college, who's a quote unquote square, quote unquote. Not saying he isn't, but quote unquote, the nerdy guy. He probably wants to change. The cycle.
My last was a square, and
and that's who you should be with, the square. Why don't you want to be with the square, the good guy? Why not?
He is a narcissist, and he was very degrading. And when I was in college and I was seeing the college dudes every day, they were also very mentally entitled. So it wasn't the kind of relationship that I was seeing in my parents. So I just was like,
girl, bye. She went from calling this man a square to he's a narcissist, degrading meanie.
Crazy. This is crazy.
When Ashley asked her why you don't date the good guys, all of a sudden she got a reason. Mm-hmm. It's this whole tragic love story.
Right.
But the prison guy
it just fits better. Perfect, right? It's just he's just so fine, and then yada 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 and all that. Like, come on.
But besides him being fine, what else do he got going for him?
His life, like his stability. What's his trajectory? We still don't know what he went in there for, how long he been in there. Like, well, we kind of know what he went in there for, but we don't know if that's what he into. He could be into a lot of different things. That's just what he got caught for doing. You know what I mean? And you can't see what you should be looking for, the stability. That might be a youth thing. At 21, of course, you want the bad boy. See, this is why now we got women doing it, but this is where men would lead you down the right path. Like, because you're going to make the wrong decision. You're going to choose with your eyes and what you want and what you desire, not what's overall best for your survival and your future. You know what I mean? That's what men would be looking for. But she's coming to Ashley, and Ashley's trying to give her a little bit of, levity to the situation. But she ain't hearing it. She going to be with that prison dude. Of course. That's nothing going to stop her. Yeah, it's just nothing going to stop her. So the call for advice, I think that's, it doesn't make any sense when you could tell we can listen that you're not with it. You're going to be with that dude. You would be in the jail cell with him if you could. They be having y'all all in the Twix. Like, y'all be loving them prison dudes. Dudes on the wrong path is the ones that get the most attention.
Bro wrote a letter and he said, I got 21 questions for you. And they all about us.
Jesus Christ.
And she fell in love right there.
I'm done.
Dude was quoting 50. That's not... Done. She thought that was like, his rhetoric. No, dude was just quoting 50. And then she also said that she don't like the guys that she grew up in church with. Oh, well, I know them. Basically, she's saying they're square and they're, too good, and she don't like them. But those guys might be the best one for you. She want bad boys. So,
quick moment aside, BSO kinfolk. You know what time it is. It's about that time of the week where we handle our membership Monday. So let's start off with our members at the supporter level. We have Yazid Yair Bey, My Own Perspective, Outcast Slim, Safina, Moonlit Madeline, The Aura, Nagasaki, Blue Collar Jim, El Paulino, Squared Away. And at the fan membership level, we have From Downtown 296. We appreciate everybody for your membership and supporting the channel. Next up, we'll go on to our donation, our supporter page. So we have in the lead, Irving P. 6859 with a $30 contribution so far. We thank you, Irving P. From Downtown 296, he's in second place with $12. El Paulino rounds it out with a $4.99. And we appreciate all you guys for your support and donations on the channel. Don't forget to opt into the membership program so you can be shouted out on Membership Monday. Now, back to the video.
This is not what I want to do, even though he was fine too. And he worked out and he encouraged me to work out. But the things that he would say when encouraging me to work out were not so like lift you up. He told me that I couldn't be his girlfriend until I lost 100 pounds. He told me that I was condoning obesity because I told him that I loved myself, that if I had one leg, like if that's the way that Jesus made me, I'm okay. He was just toxic. He didn't have
the way he spoke. The way he spoke with, but we can't say all good guys or all nerdy guys are like that. We can't say every good guy is like that. That's not a fair assessment, right?
Yeah, and the one before that, because I dealt with I'm a square girl, so my immediate attraction was to square guys. That's why I said I would love to find somebody in church, but I don't know if it's my demeanor or whatever. It's just not been too good with the people that I meet in day-to-day life. They're like users. So the one before that,
I feel like you need to do, Ariane, is I feel like you need to focus on you right now. That's what I feel like. You need to focus on you. When I say level up, I'm not just talking about a physical level up, but mental, spiritual.
Nah, she's attracting these types of dudes, like, because there's something broken in her, to be honest. Like, when you walk around unhealed, you attract users, as they say, or people that is, a predator is always seeking prey and whatnot. So a lot of these chicks be walking around unhealed with all that trauma and stuff on them. People see that on you. Yeah. Oh, you doing too much. You trying too hard to get a man sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And you get desperate and you'll just take anything.
True.
So this is how these users and stuff come in your life. Like, they can pick up on little things. Sometimes when you do all that trauma dumping. Oh, I see that people take advantage of you. I see that you don't fight back.
Mm-hmm.
Not physically fight, but I mean, like, you don't stand up for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
People see that when you tell all these stories about all these dudes and did you wrong. The predator is looking for that.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna have to heal whatever's in you that is causing you to attract prison dudes, right, or the narcissist dude that she just mentioned. Because I'm pretty sure, she had already said it, there's some good dudes in the church, probably other good dudes that she had met. And they probably don't even see you, or they might even notice you, but you're not attracting the guy that you want because there is something unhealed in you.
Yep. That's true. Very true. And you like the gas. She's about the gas. The brother telling you, maybe I don't know if those was his exact words, but health comes with a harsh set of motivation. It ain't always be fluffy, and they're gonna tell you, yeah, come on, let's go. It's not Richard Simmons. Like, he might be trying to motivate you in a different way. Can't. And this guy, of course, prison guy, of course, he's telling you all the right things. He's in prison. Like, come on now. It's simple. This is a simple case, but it seems so regular that these ladies get caught up with these dudes that's not on the up and up, especially when they're behind the wall. Yeah. But let us continue.
Spiritual all across the board. And then when you get to the place where you feel confident and where you need to be, that's when things will change in your life.
Okay. I'm always listening to you, Ashley. By the next time you see me, I'll be like, and I left him. I don't talk to him anymore.
I get it. You're young. He's saying a lot of sweet nothings. I'm not saying he doesn't like you. I'm not saying he doesn't care for you. But if I could tell you anything while you're 21 years old, is you do not need to settle. You could get someone out here who has never been to prison. You don't have to do that at 21. You just don't. There's too many options out here, especially at 21.
Ashley,
that's my advice to you.
Settling is a perspective. It ain't even got to be about prison. See, I don't like that connotation. Like, when she throw that in there, it's like you too young to settle. Like, you could put anything in front of that. Like, oh, he's this, so you too young to settle. And he shouldn't do this. You shouldn't settle. Like, that mentality is bad. We got all these women thinking settling in their mind, or just overall, is like you're taking less than what you could actually get. Now, the prison thing, I'm with you on that. Like, his trajectory it just doesn't seem promising. But that whole settling and all of that, like, again, you could weave anything into that. And I think that's a poison to our sisters in our community. That notion that if you don't get exactly everything on your list, you're settling. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about the prison thing, but we're going to take that aside. Like, I'm with you on that. We all could agree on that for the most part. But that settling notion and all that, oh, you 21, like, that could be, again, you could weave anything in front of that and put that notion in there. And that's where, again, the rubber meets the road with Ashley. Like, she's not a mean, she's not nasty. She's somewhat shows some class when she's online, but her rhetoric is damn near just as bad as that other wig wearer we cover from time to time. You know what I mean? That it's just poison, and that's a bad way of putting. You're 21, you're too young to settle. Like, come on.
And then they just use settling as a bad thing. Settling is not bad. Settling is just ending up where you're supposed to be.
Bingo. Where
you're qualified to be at. That's all. And they just make it seem like it's so bad. You just end up where you're supposed to be at.
Mm-hmm.
You settle right there.
Bingo.
This is where you're supposed to be at. That's all.
Yep.
Read the chat. The chat is saying don't settle.
I'm reading it. I'm reading it, and I hear all the focusing on you. People thinking that I don't listen to you. They must not know. From the first time I was up here to this time, they don't know. So I'm reading, and God does have something great for me. Thank you for that.
Yes.
So
I think you have a sweet spirit, and what I like about you, Ariane, is that you're open to criticism. I could see you want to change. You take it in. Yes, you do. So that's what I do adore about you, right? So please listen to us, your internet aunties, cousins, uncles, friends. We want to see you do well. All right?
Yeah.
Think about it, pray about it, journal about it. All right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, darling. Have a good night, okay?
Good night, Ashley.
Good night. Bye-bye. Some experiences are best lived, you know? Some experiences are best lived. And before you guys start, stop acting like when you were 21, Tokyo Hussein a mess, or you were 25, or you were young, or you're doing it now. You wasn't sneaking and creeping and doing things you had no business doing it. Maybe it wasn't a man. Maybe it was a cigarette. Maybe it was weed. Maybe it was sneaking out. Maybe it was wearing a snooty booty outfit outside. Maybe it was kissing boys. Maybe it was being fast. Maybe it wasn't doing your homework and having an attitude with your parents. Maybe it was talking back. Maybe it was hiding, lying, sneaking,
She's
stealing.
21.
I'm just saying, you were doing something.
She's not a child.
When you were younger.
Okay, Ashley, whatever. You know, everybody has made mistakes, Ashley. But the thing is, we're supposed to people that are our elders were supposed to give us wisdom, and somewhere along the way they fell off and they stopped giving wisdom to the youth so that we can stop making mistakes. Sometimes the pain is unnecessary. What this girl is potentially about to go through with this prison dude is unnecessary. She don't have to be here. All she got to do, fix the problems that is attracting these types of dudes. What, like I said before, is that unhealed, whatever is unhealed. Fix that, get healed, and whatnot. And you'll stop attracting these type of dudes and be open to the love that is coming your way. That's like I said, probably there are some dudes that's checking for her. She probably don't even see them because she's so blind to anybody showing her affection and love and stuff like that. They're not what her ideal of a guy is. They probably not as fine as she think they supposed to be. But that's probably her husband right there in the church. He probably play the drums or something.
Right.
That's probably him right there. But she looking at Prison Bae that's sending 21 questions to her.
And this notion of, again, she's young, but she's not a child. Like that doesn't mean go easy on her. Like, I mean, you should tell her in the frankest of terms what you should not and shouldn't be doing. Like, if she's gonna listen, that's besides the point. But come on, like, you don't go easy on her because she's not a child. Like, you're not having a child conversation. She knows exactly what she's doing. Like, she's 21. She's making a conscious decision to pursue this gentleman that's in prison when she probably got better options. You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. And the settling is, again, the messages are bad, but I don't know her dad is promoting this. So it's just screwed up all the way around, man. So pray the young lady has the foresight to not get too involved with this dude. If you're gonna bust him down when he get out, you want to receive him when he come home. That's one thing, but getting caught up and there's no future in that. We'll leave it like that. Anything else you want to add before we wrap this up, Queen?
Let me just say it one more time about the settling. Settling is just ending up where you're supposed to be. Nothing else. You end up where you're qualified to be. Stop trying to make settling bad. It's not bad. You just end up where you're supposed to be.
Right. Makes sense. Well, you guys heard what we think. More importantly, we want to know what you guys think. So get down there in the comment section. Let us know if you agree, disagree, if we were on base, off base. We are 360-degree thinkers on this platform. Free thought, always promoted, celebrated #1 here. Leave a like on your way out. Sub up if you so choose to. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can be notified when we drop some more of those bangers. We appreciate y'all for coming out this evening. And thank y'all for rocking with us to this point. We're going to keep it going. So y'all be safe out there, and we catch y'all on the next one.